Rapunzel. Once upon a time, in a valley full of colorful flowers, behind the mountains there lived a couple who loved each other very much. Their greatest dream was to one day be able to hold their own child. One spring morning, when the woman found out she was pregnant, she ran to her husband and said joyfully, "It's a miracle, we're going to have a baby." With this news, they became even happier. During the first months of pregnancy, the woman craved the crispy lettuce from the neighbor's garden. Her husband was a little hesitant at first because this garden didn't belong to just anyone. It was the garden of the witch Camilla, whom everyone in the valley feared, and no one dared to approach. Camilla was such an evil witch that she looked down on everyone except herself and never mingled with people. She only lived in her shabby house filled with golden items. She had a golden chair and a golden mirror. Even her dinnerware was made of gold. One midnight, the man with great courage secretly entered Camilla's field and picked some lettuce to make his wife happy. Just as he was about to leave without getting caught, the witch Camilla suddenly appeared. "You! How dare you enter my garden?" she yelled. She told the man to drop the lettuce immediately. The man, terrified, knelt down and said, "Please, forgive me. My wife is pregnant and she really wanted this lettuce. I just wanted to make her happy." Hearing this, Camilla made him an offer. She said he could take the lettuce gladly, but in return, if their child's hair turned golden like the sun, they would have to give the child to the witch. The man shook his head in shock because he had no choice but to accept the offer. Months passed, and the happy couple had a beautiful baby girl. Her eyes were as blue as the sky, and her hair really shone like gold. When the parents looked at their newborn baby, they remembered their agreement with the witch and felt great sorrow. Soon after, the wicked witch Camilla took the baby from her parents' arms. She named her Rapunzel and locked her in a tall tower she had built herself with no stairs, no doors, just a small window. The tower was hidden deep in the forest, in a place so secret that no one could easily find it. Rapunzel lived in the tower for many years. She took her first steps in that tower. She took her first smile there, said her first word there. She made her first drawing there again in that tower. And in that very tower, she grew up to be a beautiful young girl. Rapunzel, who grew up thinking Camilla was her mother, tried to understand the world by peeking through the tiny window. But since she couldn't run among flowers in the forest, meet animals, make friends, or watch sunsets. In short, since she had never seen the outside world, she didn't even know what freedom meant. Rapunzel's golden hair had grown extraordinarily long over the years. Camilla, on the other hand, would collect Rapunzel's fallen strands of hair and melt them in her magical cauldron to turn them into gold. This way, she could fill every corner of her house with gold, endlessly feeding her greed. That's why the witch never allowed Rapunzel to cut her hair. In fact, she used Rapunzel's hair not only to make gold, but also to climb the tower whenever she wanted to visit her. When she called, "Rapunzel, let down your golden hair, I have come," Rapunzel would let her hair down like a rope, and the witch would climb up. Whenever the witch visited, she would scare Rapunzel about the outside world, saying there were terrible monsters and that she was keeping her safe in the tower. Rapunzel, feeling helpless, believed everything the witch said and was very scared of the outside world. One day, a handsome prince from a distant kingdom went hunting in the forest. Suddenly, he heard a song blending with the wind. The sound was so beautiful that he walked towards it, wanting to see the owner of the voice. Eventually, he came upon the massive stone tower where Rapunzel was imprisoned. Looking closely, he saw a beautiful young girl with golden hair singing through the tiny window. He was both amazed by her and curious about who she was and why she was there. Though he looked around, he couldn't figure out how to climb the tower, for this tower had neither a door nor a staircase. Just then, the prince noticed the wicked witch, Camilla, approaching and hid in the bushes. The witch shouted, "Rapunzel, let down your golden hair, I have come." And Rapunzel let her long hair fall from the tower window. As usual, the witch climbed up, using Rapunzel's hair. Seeing all this, the prince came up with a plan. The next day after Camilla left, the prince approached the tower and called out to Rapunzel, imitating the witch's voice. "Rapunzel, let down your golden hair, I have come." When Rapunzel let her hair down, the prince held on to it and climbed up to the tower window. Rapunzel, seeing this prince she had never seen before, was very scared. "Who are you? What are you doing here? How did you get here?" she said in great panic. The prince calmly replied, "I climbed up your hair. Don't worry, I will never harm you. On the contrary, I came here to help you." He told her about the outside world, the scent of spring, the warmth of summer, the joy of the cute animals in the forest, the traces left by the sun in the sky, the flapping of the birds' wings. What freedom feels like. Rapunzel was talking to someone in a true sense for the first time. She had always been very curious about the world she had never seen. That's why the prince's words touched her heart. The prince offered to help her escape the tower and be free together. Rapunzel was so happy with this offer, she accepted immediately. Every time the prince visited Rapunzel, he brought with him short pieces of fabric. After a few days, they made a long rope together from threads. Then, on the last day they finished the rope, they noticed that Camilla was coming. The prince quickly hid somewhere. Rapunzel let her hair down one last time for the witch to climb. The witch climbed so slowly that Rapunzel felt pain. As soon as the witch entered, she started brushing Rapunzel's hair. As Rapunzel's hair was being brushed, she felt pain and unknowingly said, "The prince climbs faster than you. Also, he brushes my hair without causing any pain." Hearing this, the witch Camilla went mad. "Did you let someone else into the tower besides me?" she yelled angrily. Rapunzel didn't know what to do. The witch kept saying she had been betrayed. Rapunzel felt helpless. The witch grabbed a pair of scissors and cut Rapunzel's hair. The prince, who had witnessed this moment, came out from his hiding place. He grabbed the scissors from the witch's hand and threw them outside. The witch yelled, "Who are you? Get out of my tower immediately!" The prince shouted at her, "You will pay for your evil deeds, witch Camilla." and tied her tightly with the rope they had prepared. Rapunzel, seizing the opportunity, tied the end of her cut hair to a strong spot and called to the prince, "We can escape now." Thus the prince and Rapunzel managed to climb down from the tower, holding onto the golden hair for their freedom. They rode for 3 days and nights as far away from the tower as possible. When they arrived at the prince's kingdom, they told the king and queen everything that had happened. Then the prince's mother mentioned having heard the story of an elderly couple who had been forced to give their baby to the witch and had been deeply saddened. Rapunzel and the prince excitedly went to the home of the elderly couple the queen had mentioned. As soon as the elderly couple opened the door and saw Rapunzel, they recognized her as their only daughter. They embraced her with tears in their eyes. Rapunzel was overjoyed to be reunited with her family. Months later, the prince and Rapunzel were married in a joyful wedding. They lived a very happy life. Meanwhile, the wicked witch Camilla paid for the evil she had done to Rapunzel by being locked in her own tower for the rest of her life, never able to perform magic again.